Nice to talk to you, and hope to be well also.
Okay.
Okay, and the floor is yours, the virtual floor at least.
Wow. Okay. Thank you. I hope I can join, physically. We are planning to deliver one with, a fun one with a green screen. As you can see, we have a green screen, and also we have AR, augmented reality. Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah. We have. Yeah.
Next time that you will be here in Greece, we'll do that in a physical form. That will be also nice, right?
Yeah, I think especially for tourism, we have to attract people to come to Greece physically. Yeah, the 5G smart farming, I think farming and tourism is a great way to upgrade the industry. So yeah, just like you can see this lady, I'm supposed to be like this. It's a fun one. Anyway, let's get started. What we see in the industry for a lot of the very interesting case for smart farming and tourism, shall we?
So you can start.
Okay, good. So yeah, I think this is very interesting because every new technology they'll encounter some hitchup and some a little bit of drawbacks. But I think this is life. This is how the society evolves. So I'm going to the next slide. So I'm going to share with you one 5G smart farming in China, and the second case would be from Austria. Can we go to the next slide, please?
Next slide.
Okay. Yeah. Wait.
Do we want to go to the next slide as well?
No, it's okay. So this case is from Zhejiang province, China. It's a rich province. So we have this case. Let me introduce a few use case here. One is HD camera. So that's there's a few functions like security, but most importantly, there's some management function, and then we have data collection. So actually, data collection is not new because we can do it with even 3G or 4G. But of course, 5G can do it absolutely. I think the most interesting is the drone. When you combine drone and 5G, it allows you to deliver the high definition video to the cloud, to the edge. And if you combine the AI together, it would make things happen. So I'll have more details on that. But this is one of the use case. And of course, we have a so-called smart farmland DC. So it's just like a brand of the smart farming. So this is a very brief introduction. So they have a couple of use case. Let's go to the next slide. I would like to introduce.
Sorry. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to. I think the next.
You want the next? You want the next or the previous one?
The previous one.
The previous one. Yeah. Okay. The network
Wi-Fi.
So,
I would like to introduce a little bit of the technology, the architecture. As you can see, so on the left-hand side, it's all the use case, all the device. We can connect all kinds of device from robots, from the data collection system to the camera, and some are actually machine vision cameras. So that's that can work with AI. So which is can generate a lot of I think actual benefits. And of course, drone is one of them. We also have used drone with in our Austria case. So we have a 5G module. Of course, we can also use 5G CP, depends on which module, but we're going to see more and smaller and even embedded 5G modules. So that would increase the usage. And of course, we will have some local application. I think this is the most important thing. compared to like previous generation. For example, if we combine drone, 5G, and AI, we can, for example, detect if there is any like disease in the crops. We can detect if there are any pests. So a lot of things can be done if we combine the 5G drone and AI together. So very excited chemistry, and also here they have this company is called AirRice. AirRice, they have a farmland brand, so they have all kinds of this management system, and also allows them to work efficiently. So yeah, so this is pretty much about the easy topology of the network. So let's go to the next slide.
Next slide. Okay.
Yeah, so I'd like to introduce a little bit on the Austria case we're doing with the Ministry of Agriculture of Austria. Actually, we have a video, but it's kind of long, so we'll not play the video here. We are working with the Ministry of Austria and also the Drone Tech. It's a vendor of drone. It's apparently. So we have finished the phase one. So phase one is about the combination of 5G and drone. So we have actually managed to have a real-time HD video, real-time. I think very important thing for 5G is that they have ultra bandwidth, and also the latency is very low. So it allows us to do a lot. We have more details on the benefits of 5G and drone. But more excitedly, we'll have phase two. So we're bringing 5G plus drone and AI. So it will be more interesting because it allows us to analyze the data automatically and output a report based on the color of the crops. Actually, not just the color, but also a lot of other characteristics. So we can get this kind of analysis almost in real time. And previously, if we don't have these three technology combined together, it will have to be done by human, and it would take a few days. But nowadays, but with these three together, three technology combining together, we can finish almost in real time. So that's a very huge cost saving and also efficiency improvement. Let's go to the next slide.
Next slide.
Yeah, but why 5G, not 4G, not Wi-Fi, not other previous technology? There's a few, I think, merit or values to it. For example, number one is in-air processing. So especially the one that I mentioned with AI, you want to detect if is there any problem with the crops or any pest, any other problem with the crops. So in-air, so the future use case will rely on almost real-time processing while the drone is flying. So of course there will be a lot of data, a chunk of data that need to be transmitted, and also it requires very little delay as possible. So this is only possible with 5G apparently. And the second is data security. This is also one very important advantage of 5G because we can deploy a local UBF or MEC so that the all data will be, within the campus will be the farming company. So no data will go out of the farming company. So for many companies, data security, all the data within their campus with their company is very important, and 5G allows them to do that. So data security, and then of course the drone operation safety. We talked about local UPF result in a very low latency, and it means that we can control the drone almost in real time, and the flight of the drone will be much safer. So from this point of view, drone safety can also be somehow guaranteed compared to other technologies. So this is one of the projects that we're working with Austria partners. So I'm pretty excited. We're expecting the phase 2, and we'd like to share with you our latest progress for this project. So this is smart farming from China and also Austria. Let's go to the next slide. I think that's about smart tourism. Yeah, so also we have a few slides, case from China. Why always China? Because actually last year alone for us, we have more than 3,000 5G B2B projects, commercial contracts. So it's like booming in every provinces. So all the industry use case, we have it in China. So the tourism is also very interesting. Here, as you can see, this is the city of Chongqing. It could be the biggest city that you haven't heard of. They have a population of, I think, 20 million. But anyway, they have a gigantic river. It's called Yangtze River. So it's the largest river by far in China. I think it's also number 3 or number 4 in the world. But anyway, the smart tourism use case is that they put a VR connected to a 5G CPE so that people can enjoy the view when the cable car crossing the gigantic river. So as you can see, you can see the river, you can see the skyscraper, and also actually you can see the old city down below. So it's a very spectacular view. Let's have more details. Next slide. Yeah, so we have this gigantic river. So we install 360-degree camera so that the VR is possible remotely. So this is how it looks like from the start of the cable car. So let's go to the next. Yeah, so this is a cable car. So we install special cameras here so that they have a 360-degree of views. So actually you have a slightly different view of everything. So it's on the bottom, so it can see more than you being within the cable car. So it's pretty interesting because you get to see more views, more things. Yeah, very interesting to see. The next slide, please. Yeah, so the audience they can have a real-time 360-degree view of the cable car when it's crossing the gigantic river. So actually here I've been here. And for the cable car, because it's very famous, you always have to wait in a long queue, sometimes more than 45 minutes. So they actually put this booth in the queue, in the long queue. So a lot of people they don't want to wait for like 1 hour, so they would just go to the VR shop and then have a very special view, crossing the river. So actually this one they are monetizing, they're getting money already. So I think it can be used in other scenarios. For example, this VR street can be located in in other places like the airport or other places, location. Not necessarily have to be here because thanks to the low latency of 5G, it can be located in other place where it enables you to have a slightly different business model. But here they just want to monetize a little bit. So in front of the long queue. So yeah, very interesting one. Next slide, please. Yeah, I was saying they have slightly different view. because the cameras on the bottom, so you get to see much more, and not just the view in front of you, but also the river running, like to the downstream. Yeah, so it looks. This is definitely something that you cannot see in normal life. Yeah, so let's move to the next slide. Yeah, here we have many more. Actually, I think many dozens of similar 5G tourism solution deployed, but in different place of attraction. So every province they did deploy. Some they're famous for the grassland. Some are famous for their historical site. I think just like Greece, you also have a very different taste of tourism with beautiful nature and of course a lot of historical sites. So just like China, so that's what they're doing. But from technical point of view, they are pretty much the same. It's just using maybe a slightly different camera, or maybe the technical the solution could be exactly the same, but only for different scenic spots. So let's go to the next. Yeah, this one is pretty interesting. It's more than some fancy camera connecting to 5G. It's more. It's a 5G plus AR, augmented reality. So it's the case from Mogao Buddha Caves. So it's a Buddhist site. I think that the oldest. They have actually hundreds of caves, and they have all kinds of colorful Buddha statue. And the oldest one, I think, more than 1,600 years. So it's pretty interesting. But as I experience this kind of historical sites, I really want some more information, not just what I see. I actually have been to Greece, and also I have the opportunity to see a lot of interesting sites, but I don't have enough information about what's going on with this statue. This guy must have been doing some prominent or achieve some accomplishment. Yeah, so I think for historical site especially, it's very valuable to have something like this 5G plus AR. Number one, as you can see, it can navigate. It can be a navigation function, because for example, this one they have hundreds of caves. Which one are you going to? So of course, it comes with a very cool one navigation, as you can see on the upper right. And then you can see it's actually based on the 5G smartphone. So you get to see more information when you are seeing from your phone. So it would tell you additional information. That's something that missing if we go there without this AR application, and we may not know what's going on, what's the interesting story behind the statue. And on the left hand side, you can see from the phone, you get to see a lot of interesting story behind the statue. So I think it could be very similar to Greece, because this kind of site, they are thousands of years ago, so we are pretty not familiar with.
Yeah.
And it's good to have more additional explanation if we have 5G plus AR. I think Greece is one of the top. I don't know. You have the most historical site.
Can we move on? Sorry.
Yeah.
We're going after time. That's why I'm asking that.
Yeah, I think that next slide would be our last one.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are still on the 5G plus augmented reality. They would have more to show, for example, some historical, some ancient dancing that you cannot, you just have no idea how it looks. So with this AR, 5G AR, you can see like how the ancient people dance. And also there's some mystical animals or creature, and they can also make it live. It's just like you can be in the ancient time again, 1,600 years ago. So that's what I have to share. I really think Greece have a lot of resource. If we can combine a little bit of the technology, a lot of people will, much more people will come to Greece and enjoy. Yeah, thank you. See if you have any questions.
Oh no, we are running out of time, so I have to move on. But those case studies that showed were really, really interesting, and especially the ones about tourism, but also about agriculture that have, they can be applicable to Greece as well, because we have a lot of stuff like the ones that you were mentioning. But thanks very much. And I hope next time that you will be here with us and we'll do all the stuff with the green. Okay, thanks very much.